Right, good evening and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan, the channel where we share your Thailand stories. Today we have had a story sent in from Ryan who wants to share what it's like dating in modern Thailand. So without any waffle, let's jump straight in to his Thailand story. Hi Dan, been watching your channel for a while now, and after laughing at half the guys in your comment section for the past year, I suppose karma finally decided to humble me just a little bit. You can use this on your channel if you want. I'm 46 from Texas. I am not retired and I am not lonely, and I am also not some of those guys that's never had female attention before either. That's partly why this whole thing caught me off guard. I'd been coming to Thailand on and off since 2017, usually 2 trips a year, mostly Bangkok, with a bit of Phuket and Pattaya thrown in. I own a car detailing business back in Houston with my cousin, and financially I've done alright for myself. I'm not rich, but comfortable enough that I can disappear to Thailand for a month without destroying my life. The first few trips I treated Thailand exactly how most men do. I enjoyed the bar girls and the freelancers and never got attached to any of them. Honestly, I used to sit in bars watching older foreigners acting like they'd found true love with girls half their age and think to myself, there's no way I'd ever become that stupid or pathetic. And that sentence aged beautifully. The Thai girl involved in my situation wasn't even from the bars or the nightlife scene, and that is the crazy part. I met her in a damn gym in Bangkok. I'd seen her there a few times because she always trained around the same time as me. And eventually we started speaking about who was using a machine first. She had one of those personalities where she constantly insulted you jokingly, very sarcastic but very confident, and she didn't act impressed by foreigners at all. Actually, the first thing she ever said to me properly was, "You foreign men all wear terrible vests in gym." Not exactly soulmate material. Her name was Dao, and she was 31 years old and worked in property sales, apparently. At first, there was no relationship vibe whatsoever. We'd train, get smoothies after, and sometimes eat together, and that was it. What made her different from most girls I'd met in Thailand was she genuinely seemed busy with her own life. Sometimes she'd disappear 2 days without replying, then suddenly message me random photos of food or traffic or her dog like nothing happened. It felt weirdly natural compared to the usual overly attached behaviour some girls perform around foreigners. Eventually, we started sleeping together, but casually. Or at least I thought it was casual. And that is where things got complicated, because after a while I realised I was structuring my days around seeing her without even noticing it. If she cancelled plans, my mood changed. If she took too long replying, I'd check my phone constantly. Now I'm old enough to recognise addictive behaviour, and honestly, that's what it started feeling like. Not love, but addiction. Bangkok itself became tied to me mentally. The food, the music in grab taxis, certain malls I even went to, even the smell of those stupid BTS stations when it rains. Everything became associated with this woman somehow. One night after drinking too much, she admitted she'd previously dated 3 foreigners seriously, and every single relationship ended badly. And to be honest with you, that should have registered as a warning. Instead, my ego translated it as, well, I'm different. And that sentence alone destroys men more than Thai women do. Over time, I started noticing strange things. She never posted anything about me online, and I mean ever, not one single photo. Meanwhile, she constantly uploaded food, coffee shops, gym selfies, sunsets, and quotes about loyalty and all the usual social media nonsense people post about nowadays. So one day, I joked to her saying, "People probably think you're single." She laughed and replied, "I am single until I get married." Now I genuinely thought she was joking, but now I'm not so sure. The biggest red flag happened in Phuket last year. We were there together for 4 days, and on the second night, her phone rang around midnight. She looked at the screen and physically froze for a second before declining the call. Then 5 minutes later, she suddenly claimed her aunt was sick and she needed to fly back to Bangkok urgently the next morning. Again, I ignored it because when people are emotionally invested, they become professional excuse manufacturers. And then, a few months later, I found out the truth completely by accident. I was eating alone in a restaurant in the mall while Dao was supposedly visiting family in Korat. I went to pay the bill and nearly had a heart attack when I saw her walking through the mall holding hands with another foreign guy. Not doing it secretly, not even hiding it, holding hands openly like a couple. I honestly thought my brain was malfunctioning for a few seconds. The weirdest part is that she saw me immediately, and instead of panicking, she just stopped walking and stared at me like she was annoyed the universe had created scheduling problems for her. That image is burned into my memory permanently. No guilt, no fear, just pure irritation on her face. Now the guy looked completely confused, obviously, and I just laughed. Not because it was funny, but because my brain genuinely didn't know what else to do. She eventually came over alone while he stood there pretending not to listen and said, "I was going to tell you later." Later? What the F? Amazing strategy. Anyway, it turns out she'd been seeing him nearly the entire same time as me. A German guy, early 50s, owned some logistics company. According to her, we were different relationships. Like, she was managing investment portfolios. The funniest part is I still ended up meeting her again twice after that. Now that's the bit men online never admit because it makes you sound weak and pathetic. But when you have emotional attachment, it doesn't switch off instantly just because reality punches you in the face. Part of you still chases the version of them that probably never existed. So eventually, I cut everything off after she asked me to help invest in a cafe business with her cousin. And that's when my survival instincts finally rebooted. The scary thing is I genuinely think Dao liked me in her own way. I don't even believe she was some evil mastermind. I think modern dating, social media, foreign money, and Bangkok lifestyle have created a situation where some people live multiple emotional realities at the same time. And honestly, a lot of foreign men walk straight into it because Thailand makes them feel younger, more confident, and more emotionally alive than they've felt in years. Anyway, there's my humiliation for your channel. The comments should be entertaining. Take it easy, Ryan. Right guys, I'm not going to say much about this story in the comments. I'll leave that down to you. But I will warn you that in gyms in Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, in tourist places, they are absolutely full of freelancers and bar girls looking for a foreigner to generate money from. The girls are not daft. They know where to go to find the perfect mark, and gyms are now very popular. Also, these women will go to bars on their own, order a nice glass of wine, and sit there in an elegant dress, trying to look a bit more sophisticated, a bit more higher class, hoping that a guy with money is going to try to chat them up. And this is how it rolls in tourist areas. And the mentality is just insane. But anyway, that's my little bit added into the story. Let's see what you guys have to say down in the comments. Also, if you want to share your own true Thailand story on the channel, get your emails sent in to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com and I'll share it on the channel. Apart from that, take it easy, look after yourselves, and ciao for now. Bye bye.